Welcome to Heaven and Health Podcast, and I'm your host, Angel Polido. Heaven and Health Podcast is a podcast which gives you information about everything concerning the health and everything to do with the land in different episodes. So today we're going to focus on the health part, and today joining me is Martin Shepard, the guy from Diang University who was recently talking about peer pressure. I and Martin Shepard will be discussing about academic stress and burnout. So if you're in college or in secondary school or you're still in the primary school and you're having difficulties with your education, it's burning you out and you can't even take it. This is the right episode for you to have an insight and get rid of your academic stress and burnout. So stay tuned. Welcome, Martin.
Yeah, that's my name. You already mentioned it. No need to mention my name.
What do you mean?
No need to mention my name because you already know me. This is a second interview, I think. So, yeah.
So people have already recognized you.
Yeah, maybe it's a different voice, but yeah, it's me.
Nice to know that you have a different voice.
Yeah.
So today we're going to talk about academic stress and burnout. How do you understand it?
Academic stress and burnout. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know because everyone think whatever they think, and it's really hard to picture what other people think about it.
No, you should say it in your own understanding.
Academic stress is a problem that you meet in a situation of academic career in a school, public career. So it's really hard to define everyone I think. To myself, I think it's the problem that we find during the school time. So, which causes a lot of problem though. That's what comes to my mind.
What do you think are some of the sources of academic stress?
Yeah, obviously it's fees.
How can fees cause academic stress? The other guys who go to school and be like, today they are going to send us back home just because we haven't paid the fees, and they are happy. And you're saying that fees, can create academic stress. How?
What I'm trying to say, there's a different of us. Some people always say that we are cool with the school, even if they send us out. Well, okay, we're gonna have some vibe the other way. But then there are people who work hard on it because they have goals to achieve it. Therefore, if things like this happen in the middle of a school, in the middle of a crisis, everybody might be stressed out because they're missing lessons, a lot of them. So I think they're gonna be stressed out with the physics stuff. Meaning nobody will be happy like you have to go home because you didn't finish the fees or you don't have a fees when you have to study in order the day. So we have to make the difference with the people who doesn't like school, because there are some of them. But then to the people who like schooling, that stuff, they will be stressed out.
Do you like school?
I do.
Really?
Despite that I reached university, I guess I do.
No, maybe just reach university just because of the influence or the courage of your parents.
The paper doesn't influence anyone. The paper is the paper, because if somebody have to influence you to get the paper, I guess you have to buy it one. But then I get my MCE, so if I get the courage, I guess I get the pass with a good one. So yeah, there's something like that, but there are errors. It's not only fees, but in the surrounding of the campus, it also affect the students to get stressed out with the situation that are happening everyday life. The food stuff, you can go to school, you can have a fees, but if you don't have a meal for every day, I think you may be worried because you can't go in crisis when you're empty stomach.
Yeah, even the teacher, when he or she is teaching, you can't even listen to anything.
There's a lot of stresses like hating the teacher or teacher hating the students. Maybe every time you have to pass, but then the teacher gonna fail you in other ways. So it's a lot to explain, just some of it.
Do you think it's very important for students to have good relationships with their teachers?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously communication matters between the students and the teachers every time. Because if you hate the teacher, then it means you hate the subject at the particular time. Therefore, with a good communication, the teachers are thinking are bringing the situation that you have to feel comfortable or be peaceful in Christ, that you like the teacher and you have a good communication with the teacher. Then I think the subject become a backslide. It feels nice that to have that communication part with the teachers. You understand better.
Yeah. Do you think that social media also have an impact on academic stress?
Yes.
How?
Uh, when you talk about the impact on social media, there are negative effects and the positive ones. So, social media teach. Okay, we learn from social medias.
Yeah. Like the online courses.
Yes, you see. So it's really important to have the study online or to search other stuff like using a Google, something like that, because it helps academically to understand the other thing that you don't know. You can Google whatever you want that you don't understand in Christ. You can have a few notes there, but also there's some other things that can also affect the negatively on education background. Like there's a lot of pornographies there. The videos, instead of focusing on the education part, you can be like, what about if I just watch one? You see, just waste
and
time.
Then one might rise into hundreds.
You see, that it also having an impact on education background. Yeah, social media is really toxic to some other people, but also it's also good to other people. It only depends on how you want to use it. You want to use it in a good way or bad way, but both ways teaches. If you go other way, you'll be affected. You see?
How can you be affected with social media for you to be stressed out academically?
Because once you start watching the other stuff which is different from education, is when you start that you want to watch a movie, but then it's something you have in exams. You see? So it's in a new movie. Marvel has brought in a new movie, and you be like, yeah, or tomorrow I'm having this exam, but then my people are busy watching this movie. How about if I have to spend 2 hours watching it? You see? So instead of studying, you'll be like, yeah, I'll just waste 2 hours watching the movie. In the meantime, you get tired. Be like, I just have to sleep in for 2 hours. Then you find yourself that you sleep for 3 hours. You see? Which means you missed a lot. When you get back to the books that you have to study, then you'll be like, I'm tired. Whatever happened tomorrow, happened tomorrow. You get an exam empty, then you'll be like, yeah, it was difficult to know that you didn't study. So which of you blame what? You're gonna blame social media, but then you follow your steps to watch the movie.
Yeah.
If you had the choice that you're going to watch this tomorrow, it would have been fine because you'll be studying first, then you watch another time. So yours obviously had an effect on it. Or in other words, people will be like, yeah, okay, I can manage to study using the books, then I have to go online and search it. So you search everything on topics, see every topic come and pop up. You see? So you can study even online, but negatively, you go other way around. Despite of having exams and all that, you also miss a lot of using your studies because you watch some things or busy on on Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, and all the stuff like that. The moment the time you take doing all that, it means you're also missing your school stuff. It means you're not studying. So yeah, it also have an effect on that.
We also have parents at home. They really put the trigger in our heads. They really cause academic stress. They may force you to be studying. Maybe you don't want to study, but with that pressure that your parents are giving you, how does it affect you academically?
Honestly, with the generation, we can't allow our parents to force us to do what we want or what we don't want to do it. Okay, now this generation is a democratic generation. We choose to study, we choose not to. So if we depend on our parents that they have to put pressure on us, it's gonna bring us to hate them because why are you forcing us to study? We have on time to study. So this time maybe I want to watch a movie and you're forcing me to study. This time I want to sleep and you're waking me up to study. So it's gonna bring to hatred. So I think the people who want to be educated or want to focus on school, they have to think themselves, not because their parents want them to study. I was saying before that our parents cannot make us do what we want and do it and follow it up to the end of it. We're gonna disappoint us somehow.
Yeah.
So I think whoever wants to get education or focus on something, they will focus on it despite their parents doing it their behalf. So if we remove the parent stuff, I think it's our own to do it, not to let the parents do it. So it's really good that the parents should force us. It's just a reminder that we have to study or we have to still go to school. They are only reminders, but doesn't mean they are direct us to do what they want. No. They want us to do good, but then we can't be following them. Like, if they told you to study and you're gonna take the book and read it well, you have understand everything that you have to. No, despite you alone having the book in your room and study, you see, there's a difference there. Being forced to do something and do it on your free will is different. You understand differently. So, to the people who want to get education, they have to have themselves think about themselves in the future too. By then, I think they can be good for them to study in their time. They separate the time. This time is to watch the movies or to get the education part. This time is for soccer and other stuff. They manage time. You see, that's what I think.
Do you think that going to school while you're still at home and going to school, coming out maybe from your hostel or maybe you have just learned a place, which one can work out for you?
I mean, I don't understand.
Okay, you're going to school and it's either you're coming from the hostel or you're coming from your parents' home. Which one is better for you?
The question is, what's the difference between hostel and home?
No, you should choose like which one is better for you. Coming from your parents' home, going to school, or coming from the hostel?
I'll choose hostel.
Why?
Because hostel, when we talk about hostel, it means you are surrounded with people who are also schooling there. Okay? So if you are surrounded yourself with the people who are schooling there, it means they are roommates. Okay? Everybody there is doing school. No one is pregnant or no one is washing dishes or no one is going to the market. Everybody in the same place doing the same thing. It means it's like you are the bird with the same thing, the fries together and all that. You see? It means you are focusing on one thing. So there is nothing which will disrupt the moment of studying. If in the time that you want to study, both of you, it means you are focusing on exams. Okay, and upcoming exams, that it means you'll be studying. Yeah. Despite being at home, it means if in the time that you have to study, the parents will be sending you out on errands that you have to do something or go in the market to buy something. So I prefer having a hostel than being home and studying, because there's a lot of stress in the quarrels. Parents are having this disagreement. That then I'll be listening to them instead of listening to the education stuff. You see, so yeah, I'll prefer hostel.
So do you think that your hostel friends may also cause academic stress?
They might also cause stress in a lot or anything like that, but then they know what they're doing. So we come differently. That's why you have to check your background status. Good enough.
Where you coming from?
Where you come from exactly, what's the reason of being there. So everywhere there's a hint of stuff like that people are drinking in the time of exams or preparing examination, and other people are doing the different way. So you have to check yourself what you want to do or how your brain works. There are some other geniuses that they can be drinking the whole week, but when they touch the book, when they hold it, they hold with the reason, intentions of the past. So if you know yourself that you can manage to read the whole night, why would you go on a drink? In a question that you have to ask yourself, why would you go somewhere to smoke or drink when you don't have enough time to study? Well, to the people who are busy doing all that, when they come to the book, maybe they finish in a single day or in an hour, and they understand more than anything. And when they go and crash, they will pass. You'll be like, how did you pass when you were busy smoking and drinking? When I was busy in a room studying
the whole day.
Or how did you come to that? So people will have different mindset on how to focus. So you have to check yourself how you want to do things. You see, that part can help you not to focus on what other people are doing and focus on yourself. You see, so yeah, it doesn't matter if the people are doing other stuff. It only matters what you're gonna do that time. So everybody chooses. If you wanna go and drink, go. But tomorrow is 3 exams. It doesn't change. Exam doesn't wait for you to have an experience that you be drinking last week and today or this week you have to be studying. That's why people give us a grace period to study.
Yes.
See, it's the moment in time that you have to think all that. It's either half day you're gonna drink and that half day you're gonna do this. Choice is yours. So
talking about the study part, what are some of the studying habits that are effective?
Studying effective.
Because there are people who hold the book, they can study maybe for the whole day, but they don't even understand anything.
I mean, it depends. It depends on which level you are. Okay, because if you are in secondary and you wanna do like you're in primary, you see, or if you're in university but you wanna study like you are in secondary, it's gonna affect you. So I think you have to choose how you wanna study. Okay, according to the university part, we think like which program am I? Okay, so we divide the time. There's some time that you have to do social entirely, that you have to focus on social things, because it also helps you to study, because you can't get everything using the books, but social entire you can also learn something or gain something and add it to your curricular stuff. You see, so when you talk about the secondary stuff, I think it's a time that you just have to give time to yourself. You know, if you don't understand what you're studying, it's better to ask other people who knows it. Ask your classmates, you know, the people who already know. The Form 4s, if you are in Form 3, the Form 2s, if you are stuff like that. It's all about the exchange and sharing ideas in the same campus, you see. So talking about the effective ways on how to start to pass an examination, it's only going around yourself and choose the people who can also help you. That part can be good. When you talk about the university stuff, it's more like giving yourself time to see what you want to do in a particular time. Yeah? If you're on a project that you are studying project, it might be the difficult part that you don't know how to develop a project or software or to do the networking stuff. But then there's some other people like that people who are above you. They already passed all through the stuff like that. It's better to ask them. So I think effective way, there's not exactly like this is an effective way that you can be like, I'll be using this way. Okay, you can Google it, but it doesn't mean the code will be there to enter the main. You'll be like, I'm having this project now. You have to ask people, ask for help. So whatever is you feel difficult for it, ask for help from other people. It will help. So in both way, university, secondary, and primary. If you ask for help to things that are difficult for you, it will help obviously. So talking about effective ways, it's about study and sharing ideas. Ask for help.
What if someone has multiple assignments? How can that one deal with that?
Time management. The teacher will never give you a bunch of assignments, not knowing that you don't have time. They will never give you 3 assignments in 1 hour. Never happened before. It only matters how you manage your time.
Okay, it can. Unless if there are different lectures. Maybe this lecture comes in the morning, gives you an assignment. And the other lecture comes and gives you an assignment. And another lecture comes, maybe give you 2 assignments. Something that should be, maybe something that is due that day.
Yeah. People do not understand maybe, but then let me be clear. When you talk about the assignment, it's like more like a homework. Okay? A bunch of teachers will give you the assignment or the homework stuff. But doesn't mean you have to get done in the same day. It's tomorrow, which means you have the whole night till tomorrow. So if you share 1 hour each assignment, I think by in the 4 a.m. you'll be done.
there are other assignments that are difficult. You can spend maybe the whole day dealing with the same assignment.
That's why people say, be focused, work hard. It doesn't come from anywhere. If you want to sleep forever and you'll be poor. But if you want to work hard, don't sleep, because tomorrow you'll be rich. So why are you spending your time sleeping when you have to study or do the assignment stuff?
No,
People
it's
have
not
the
like
choice.
you're sleeping, but you're talking about time management, and maybe you're working on an assignment that is taking you hours for you to find the answers.
Find help. As I already said, find help. This assignment doesn't come from heaven that people doesn't know.
Yeah.
There's some other people who knows what they're asking. Maybe it's not the problem. Maybe it's not the assignment, but the ways they use an assignment, the language they use. Maybe it's difficult for you to define it. How about you find the people who can help you to define it better, so that they can be sympathy to you? Okay, find the upper classes who can help you. In the same day, in the same night. In the hotels, people exchange rooms. How about if you come in my room, or what about, can I come to your room? Because they're looking for the help. You see? So if you do that the whole night, you leave this assignment to the other person and help you for an hour. You have the idea on how to like it. You go to a different person with another assignment. They help you how to do it. The other assignment may be simple to you. You can also do it. I'm sure by 4 a.m. it can be done. Tell me I'm not lying.
Of course, that's
You
true.
just want to make difficult because you think you be like you have a lot of like 20 assignments in the same day, which is impossible basically. People complain. If it's in a college, people say students say that you have to give us advanced time. Okay, they'll give you an extra time for it because the assignment was too much. And they obviously lecturers agree that if this lecture give you 2 assignment, the other one you talk about it, they'll become the agreement, you give it 2 days. You see? So it's not about communication. Communicate with the people who can help you, but also communicate the lecturers who can also understand better what you're passing through. But everything is possible. Don't ever say that because you have everything. Manage your time, always work best. Yeah.
For the people in college or maybe in secondary level, what do you think are some of the activities that they can have a relief, that they can make them relieve their academic stress?
Mindset. They have to be at peace. Everybody wants to be at peace. You see, people say that if you have free will to do something better than anything else you do, first you have peace in your mind. You see, because if you have peace, then there are some activities which can bring to that. There's a people who have to play soccer. There are people who play games, video games. I mean, it's a associate yourself socially. They play games. They go. They have the vibes. Okay, it's a free time. It's a peace time that you have to make yourself comfortable. You see, forget about school. Forget about everything. Just focus on that moment. So, because when you get back to that, you have free peace of mind to study. Because it's like you are holding something new, and when you are holding something new, you understand it. Oh, this is how it goes. Oh, this is. You see, you understand better. So I think it's a good thing that they have to play football, watching video games. Videos like a movie, listen to music. Some activities which can just bring themselves to peace.
So it's also important for the school to be to be hosting open airs.
Yes. That's where the level comes in. Yes. That's why you have to have the disco, the open airs, the social the stuff, every activities there. They are very important. You know, the school did not just bring that up to people that they have to have the open airs or the disco stuff or the activities. They know that these people, they'll always be busy, but they also have to have free time. The weekend, the whole weekend, from Friday up to Sunday, they have to participate on something which they can be like, we are good on this, so that in the next Monday, they'll be like, this is time for school. The idea that you have to make you to think that this is time for school, it means you have been praying. And that Monday tells you no, you don't have to pray again. You see, because you are waiting for another Friday to pray. You see, So yeah, it's really important to have listed things like that to be participating.
Okay, so what are some of the effects of academic stress?
Some of the what?
Effects of academic stress.
Some of the effects, it might be school dropout easily, because you may think like your mind, it doesn't have to be at school. Okay, you may have as you say, the topic of it, you burn out of it. Okay, you had enough. It's like you are feeling everything is just enough for you, so you stop focusing. Otherwise, in other way, you drop out of it. You see, yeah, you may easily stop studying. But everything about the stress leads to drop out or failure to concentrate, and a constraint of an attention. Everything just mixed up because you don't feel like you belong. You see, when you picture everything and organize everything, you feel like you don't belong at school. Every time when you want to have exams, you may end up failing, doing this other way, but at the end, everything started to drop out. So I think the big point of having any stress at in the campus at school, it risks to drop out of school. Basically, it leads to do that because you start feeling like you don't belong. Okay, you start like you can't concentrate too much.
Yeah.
Maybe you're having other stuff in your mind. It's you still can't concentrate. You can't have an attention to something that you want to do or focusing on something. At the end, you fail. Okay, if you fail this subject, you fail the next subject, then you literally feel like you don't belong at campus. Then you see, you drop out. So all the stress, all the problems, losing in the education stuff, it will only reach to one thing: drop out. Because if you fail, it makes you drop out. Even the school can also expel you. There are people who will be like, if you fail this semester or this semester, it's obvious you have to repeat, and the next day you'll be dropping out. You see, you can't have 3 repeat in the semesters or something like that. You see, like in our campus, if you have 2 repeats, it's better, but you have 3, it means you have to have the next semester, which means you are waiting for another year to get the same position. If you're in the first year and you have 3 repeats, it means you are waiting for another same semester this was before, which means it's full 1 year. So it's really difficult that you have to repeat maybe 3 semesters. You had enough. It's like maybe you don't belong in this position or you don't belong in that program. Therefore, it's basically you will have to drop out, or maybe you have to start another new program. And if all that doesn't work, it means that your brain doesn't have to go to school. Maybe you have to take that part of education. I mean, in the business, it's stuff like that. You see, so yeah, it always leads to that. Even in the secondary level, you push yourself too hard to work too much, like you have to hard work in all the subjects, but at the end, no matter how much you work hard, it always fails you. You see, at the end you feel like maybe you don't belong. When you feel that picture that you don't belong in the campus, it makes you feel like you have to drop out. Maybe you have to work other some stuff. So yeah, it basically go to that point.
So it's only school dropout which leads to, it's only school dropout as a result of academic stress?
If you don't get help, that's obviously. If you don't get help from our parents, from the school, if you don't share your stress with the people who are around you, we have school committees, we have teachers along there, we have our parents there. If we can convince them or tell them on how we feel on a particular subject or maybe the surrounding or the everything. If you can't get everything, that it means
So what sort of advice can you give to your fellow friends in colleges or who are just in secondary?
only encouraging for secondary.
I've said both in college and secondary. As well, maybe as the primary, of course, maybe the primary level, like the people who are in standard 8.
I'll say this: if you find difficulties in academic stuff, it's really easy to ask for help from other people. It works best. Simple as if you are having stress on something or maybe stress from home, we both have a different situation at home. So I believe if we share some of the things with the parents or school, can really help us. Because if you tell our parents how you feel on things they do, I think they can minimize it or stop concentrate. So yeah, it's a really good idea to share things. You know, when the more you share about your stress, the more you feel peace and release things. You feel relieved on your own. So share things with other people or even friends. Tell them how you feel about something. You know, if you find problems on the other subjects or particular any subject, ask for help from other people who can help you. Choose the people who can also help you. This will end up makes you feel comfortable or feel belong at the campus. You may understand things. You may have to have the confidence because you are talking to the people. You know that if you don't have a thing like a fees, ask for help still. School can help. There's non-organization staff, they can also help. So everything can work, no matter how hard it is. If you talk to the people, that's my advice to my young fellows.
So, my fellow youths, this is how Martin has taught us how we can get rid of our academic stress and burnout. We can learn from him and we can follow his steps. Of course, everyone applies his or her own steps and methods of getting rid of something else. But if you're someone who doesn't even have any idea, just do what Martin has said and you can concentrate on your studies and you can do better in college, in secondary school or your primary school. Thank you very much for listening.